Greetings, space fans. Wandering Beekeeper here. How are we this evening? Reached operating altitude and are cruising forward into tonight's episode of The Wandering Village. A few things going here. Just to make a couple of things very clear up front before we move forward. You may notice I have a political banner across the bottom of my screen. I believe very firmly that trans rights are human rights, that Black lives matter, that indigenous lives matter, that capitalism destroys art, and that we need to get real cool about a lot of things real quick, or none of us are going to make it out of here alive, to mooch from a couple of older references. If you have a problem with this, you have any sort of discussion you'd like to have over that or whatever, you do not belong on this stream right now. And let us move forward. Because we have a game to play and we have a game to talk about. And before, actually, I'm kind of a little excited here about this. And so I'm going to talk about this while we're sitting here at the title screen. There is an update coming for the Wandering Village this summer that is going to add an ocean biome. Now, I've only done one stream of this game so far, so we haven't delved into how important biomes are and all the different effects they have on both Anbu and our village, because what affects one affects the other. I mean, we're interdependent, and we of the village had bloody well start pulling our weight. The ocean biome is coming. The devs have asked that we not stream or otherwise share anything from the testing branch. So I can't show you any of this, but because I bought the game and have it on Steam, I'm able to see the news in the testing branch, and I've seen the animation of the swimming Anbu in the ocean, and it is absolutely adorable. The problem, of course, being that Anbu must swim and therefore cannot rest. Anbu cannot sleep in the ocean. Anbu will drown. So, getting to the hornblower and getting Anbu to trust us and take our suggestions, because while the game calls them commands, let us face it, we are not able to command Anbu. We are able to yell a suggestion really loudly, and maybe Anbu will take it, we hope. You know, we're trying to work together here. So we have to be able to tell Anbu, lie down and go to sleep now, and get Anbu to trust us. Greetings, September and Stranger, welcome. So good to see you. We have to get Anbu to trust us and be able to look ahead and get Anbu to rest when we need to, so that we can survive the ocean crossing. There are going to be new buildings. There are going to be some quality of life adjustments that are going to make things a little more easy. For instance, villagers As of the summer update, villagers will no longer complain about lack of decoration on a starting village. You can't do decoration in a starting village. You have to advance your village a couple of levels before you can do landscaping. You know, you have to get past the whole survival thing. So, having enthused about the game and the upcoming update and had nothing whatsoever to show you because I'm not going to be that guy and share out materials that the devs have asked to not be shared. I'm not going to steal their thunder, but there is some cool stuff coming for Wandering Village. Let us get back to the game and get to our first big trouble because we are going to hit a toxin cloud at some point tonight. Okay. It wants us to disable our village doctor because there's nothing for the doctor to do right now. This is a terrible idea. Oh my god, this is a terrible idea. Do not do this thing. We have one person employed at the village doctor. That's not enough to handle a big epidemic, but we need at least that one person because sooner or later we're going to find some folks that are poisoned and we're going to need to be able to take care of them. Now, I'm refreshing my memory of where we are right now. We have one research building that is disabled because we don't have enough people. We have no unemployed and precious little idle. One of those idle is going to be our doctor, and we actually do want to keep the doctor. Oops, things are changing. Let us go out to the Anbu view. What's going on here? We are approaching a crossroads. We cannot do anything about the crossroads because we don't have the hornblower yet, and we also can't do anything about all these sites here because we don't have a scavenging team. We've got to figure this out. We have really got to figure this out. All right. Our scavenger hut isn't done yet. We need wood planks. Well, there's wood being cut right there in front of us. We see someone working as a harvester. Oh, Anbu seems unsure about which path to take on the upcoming crossroads. We don't have a hornblower yet. We don't have the materials for it even. So we really have no way of influencing Anbu at the upcoming crossroads. We are still pushing to get some of this stuff done. There are some things that are so critically important. We had to have the herbalist, we had to have the doctor, and we still lost 2 people because we didn't get them done quickly enough. Losing 2 people has shorted us at a crucial early game point, so we're hurting. We've got to think about this. One idle, that's going to be the doctor right there, who's idle. We have nobody besides the doctor being idle. Let us bounce back this direction and see what's going on. We need one more round of wood planks. It sounds like it's night. By the way, does your game have audio? Oh, bugger. Yes, it does, and you're not getting it. Why aren't you getting the desktop audio? Why are we not getting the desktop audio? Where's the device? Oh, bugger. Hang on a second, we've got a small problem here. There we go. Now, do you hear game music? Okay, now you've got sound. There we go. How was I missing an audio channel? Oh my god, that is so... Oh, Lord. Okay, the carpenter is in production, is making the last 2 planks we need for the scavenger hut. We just only have 1 carpenter. They can only work so fast. We don't have anybody that we can release. Anbu Doctor or hut. We don't need the hut that badly. We don't need to be able to go to higher density housing. The Anbu Doctor is a much better idea at this point. I don't want to open the research tree and get into that right now. I'm going to go with the suggestion and go on and commit to what the game prefers to do. I agree with the suggestion here. Anbu has turned and gone this direction, which is probably the same as going the other direction at this early stage in the game. We are, let's see, the feeding trebuchet has been researched, so if we can get the mushroom farm and the Anbu kitchen done, and that means we need more people. We are so badly hurting for people. We need that scavenger hut so that we can send a team out to this settlement here and see if, if we can, if anybody wants to come with us. The land, even here, whoops, scavenger hut has been constructed. Let us change view. And also check this because, okay, right now the toxin level is nil. Scavenger hut needs people. We've got to have 2 people here. Let us go look at what we've got here. I'm going to release a carrier. I'm going to release a second carrier. I hate doing that, but I don't really have any options. Okay, open map. Go there, send party. Alright, we have a scavenger team going out. These are normal audio issues. Thank you, Wing Princess, for the moderation work in the band there. Let us go back to here. The expedition party is being formed. And they are now scavenging. They have set out for this settlement. Let us hope that this goes well, because there is always the chance it might not. Okay, we have people delivering wood to... There we go. All the wood has been delivered. Now they just need wood plank, which comes back to our poor carpenter just being overworked and understaffed. But overworked and understaffed is going to be typical of an early village. It's just the way it is. Quick point, each of these tents has 2 beds. Right now we have the capability of housing 24 people. 2 tents, 4 beds, takes up the same space as 1 hut, 6 beds. So at some point we are going to want to research the hut and then start replacing pairs of tents with huts. I've left a bit of space here. We've got room where we could build a hut, get those 6 beds, and then knock down tents for another hut, so that we don't lose bed space in the process. Our carpenter has just about completed a batch of wood planks. We are now waiting for a carrier to show up. Carrier will then have to bring them over here. Let us go out to the map. Scavenging is happening. Scavenging is happening. Anbu is proceeding, and we have trouble. Look at that. That is going to be a toxic area. We are going to have trouble. I've got to get a couple of people because we need the people assigned to either the general worker hut or the carrier hut so that we can flip them and make them harvesters and have a large team of harvesters when the poison plants start growing. We don't have flamethrowers yet, so we're going to have to do this the hard way. We're going to send people out in gas masks and with shovels and rakes and implements of destruction. I'm kind of the kitchen has been constructed. Brilliant. We have a kitchen, we just don't have the people to work in it. I'm waiting out here to see how this scavenging team does. Please, please let them not offend the locals. There's one option in there I've seen so far where your scavenger team blunders into some local ritual and disrupts it, and you either come up with the materials to make amends or run like hell. And okay, settlers, will you let them join? Absolutely, we will pick them up. Commit. We got 2 healthy people and 2 hungry people. We have food. We have food. Oh by golly, we have food. Let us go to our village level and let us really quick. I'm going to grab one of these people, 2 of these people as carriers, and then we have the kitchen here, and then we have a kitchen here that is making berry muesli. Okay, it's doing, and this one's doing and making beet soup, and we're good there for Ray. We have pantries here where we can now store these things. Things like the completed beet soup rations. Ooh. How are we doing? Let's look here. We have 1 unemployed person. We have 1 unemployed person. Think carefully about where we put this person. This is a farm. It is a farm that needs people picking stuff up here. We just assigned 2 new carriers to restock our carriers. We got 1 extra here. I'm going to assign that person to the general workers right now, if they haven't already been picked up somewhere else. And we'll worry about where to send them later. I can release 1 from general workers if I need to. But we have our carriers back up, which is good, because we're about to be in some shit. That is a small poison forest. First, let us get scavengers to here. Go. And there's a settlement there we want to head after they get back. That's close by, and we can get some wood or mushrooms or something. Natural resources. We you know, these patches of forest are fertile, and we want to send a team to see if there's anything at all we can bring back. Oh, yay. Yeah, Anbu has, I feel like your microphone is too quiet. That's interesting. I actually turned down my mic level a little bit after looking at the levels that had been posted on Matrix. I'm bringing it up about a half a notch, and we'll see how that handles. See how it does, okay? Let me know if this is any better. You say that's good. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. Little by little, getting these things done a bit here and a bit there. It's kind of like playing this game. There's so much to do. And then I'm going to just ignore the village for a minute and let it run on its own. It pretty much does. It doesn't really need micromanaging. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, bugger. We don't have iron or bread, either one. Those are refined items. We don't have an ironmongery. We don't have a foundry. We don't have a bakery. Those are mid-game. It's going to be a little while. We're going to have to postpone. Oh, no, we're just going to... I hate the wording of this. These savages who condemn all technology. Phooey. I really don't like the wording of that, but that's the only option available, and we will leave without incident, and then we will hit it over to send party there to the settlement. See what happens with that. Because we have a small poison forest full of infested plants, increases toxicity levels, and spawns poisonous plants on Anbu's back. We're going to be seeing, let me zoom out a little bit here. We're going to be seeing poisonous vapors rolling in across the leading edge here. And poisonous plants will start forming. We should... Let me mark all this stuff for harvest. There. And we'll start working on clearing it. It's probably not going to happen before the poison cloud arrives, but, you know, I'm certainly at least going to try to, going to hope a bit here. You know, we can zoom in really tight on some of this and, like, see what people are talking about and so forth, and who works where, and all sorts of neat stuff. The detail on this, let's see, another issue you'll run into is the balancing of the audio of different games. Kingdom Hearts is one of those games that tends to have loud content compared to everything, loud combat compared to everything else. The levels are an incredibly rough estimate. It wasn't bad before, but it was a little quiet and a little drowned out. Okay. Much appreciate the spotting on the sound levels. I don't have a monitor sound coming back to me. I'm not hearing the actual stream, so I can't really tell if I've got a problem. We have nobody unemployed. Our big deal is going to be that poison forest. I'm really, really worried about it. It's our first one. Scavenging party returned empty-handed from an expedition. That was unfortunate, but that does... we've got frozen biome, polar biome, cold biome, pink stuff up here. No idea what's that direction. Alright, we're gonna zoom down to the Anbu level, and here's the poisonous vapors. Anbu is going to be poking its nose into, and our toxicity level is going to start shifting. We're entering a toxic zone. The hornblower is still under construction. We cannot communicate anything to Anbu at this time. Let us bring into here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to here And I'm going to flip them to harvesters, and I'm going to take these people and flip them to harvesters, and then I'm going to run up here and watch for stuff, because I'm going to need to be able, here it comes. There it is, decontamination. Destroy all poisonous plants. Watch for them. Gotta watch for these things to start sprouting, and then click in and prioritize them. Toxicity level has gone up to low. This is not a good thing, no. I know it's gonna happen. I just, oh, there we go. There's one. Harvested on priority. There. Harvest on priority. There. You start going through hunting the damn things. This is... gotta find them. Zoom in. Alright, it looks like we have passed the forest, the poison forest. I'm not seeing any new vapors rolling in. Let's just get through here. And lunch for them. Find them. Mark them. There's something going on here. I don't know why, but I can see a stain on the... I don't see the poison plant, but I see some sort of stain there. This says there's 8 poison plants right now. That's not good. Just went up. We also have to watch out because we may have villagers poisoned during the effort of plant removal. We are now down to 6. I hope Anbu is going to be alright. Anbu is going to be fine. That was not enough toxicity to really cause a problem. Anbu's big problem is that Anbu is exhausted. Anbu has yawned. The Anbu doctor... Oh, Anbu has sat. Anbu is done and has said, screw this, I'm napping now, thank you. And Anbu is going to sleep until Anbu decides to wake up. The good news being the ground toxicity is none, so Anbu will not take any poison while sleeping. We can focus on making sure that Anbu's back is thoroughly... Alright, it wants us to go for the hut or the dung collector. I'm going to go on and go for the hut and take the recommendation. And let us open this back up. We have 2 poisonous plants remaining. Oh, there, that. Prioritized. Get that dealt with. There's a poison plant. There it is. I couldn't see it behind the damn tree. Got it. I knew it was there. And we were down to 1 poisonous plant remaining. We just have to wait for somebody. I am going to come up here and take this hut and flip them back to being carriers. we need to start transporting a bunch of this stuff that we have harvested. Okay. We have 2 poisonous plants. We've got to get that done. Come on. We have another. We have one other building, one other workforce unit. Anbu deserves it. Oh yes, Anbu definitely deserves it. Anbu is putting up with rather a lot right now. Oh, this is spreading. I don't like that at all. We're already prioritized. We just have to wait for somebody to get here to take care of it. Hopefully that person is a harvester, because we still have a hut of harvesters. Yes, that person is harvesting this poison plant. Uh-oh, that one just sporulated. Let's go have a look here. We had this. I got 3 harvesters. And I got this stuff prioritized. Boom. Boom. How did that get deprioritized? Reprioritize it. That should be maximized. That's how we get rid of it. Come on, folks. We gotta keep this together. Let us see. Alright, we're waiting. While we're waiting for that, let's back out of there. And what have we got? We got Anbu food there. We got Anbu food there. We got... I'm going to send my party to the mine there. We need to get that... we need to keep our expedition out. Our scavengers out. We have 2 poisonous plants. I got somebody hacking on that tree right now. Come on, come on. We're down to 1. Work it, Carla. In this particular case, that's actually Susan who is collecting the poison plant. This person's food quality is 2 out of 2, housing quality is 1 out of 1. I mean, they're living in a tent. Our food quality is what we are able to produce with the people that we have. Oh, excuse me. Let us take the harvesters and make them general workers. It's more. Carriers. Okay, game... Alright, our workforce is rebalanced. Oh yeah, the level of detail on this gets kind of scary because you can zoom in on some of these folks and there's... Like, okay, here we've got Douglas, who works at the research building. If we want to find somebody, it's kind of neat because I can go over here and, okay, we've got 4 carriers. Our second carrier is Phoebe, who is down here and is currently grabbing 2 iron ore from the scavenger hut and then hauling it to material storage. So we can dig fairly deep into what each of these people is doing. This one, oops, this person had something to say. Now, that person may be complaining about lack of decoration, which happens in this version of the game. A scavenging party returned. They brought back iron ore. Hurrah! let us go to the scavenging hut and open the map. And let us send them... do we want to send them to the quarry? Yeah, let's send them to the quarry because it's going to go out of range at some point. Grab it before it's out of range, because Anbu moves on. The moving Anbu, having walked, moves on. You know that. Okay, how we doing here? We got our kitchen going. We need to see... We got... Alright, we survived that mess. I would really like to release somebody from here and drop them on one of the kitchens. I'm going to try that, and I'm going to put them on the beet soup kitchen. And see if we can get a little better production here. I'm just going to wait a few minutes and see if this person moves over. I hope they do. How's Anbu look? Anbu is still sleeping. Anbu is going to be sleeping for 39% more, and then Anbu is going to be wanting food. The good news is that there is food either direction. The bad news is that we can't do jack about it, I don't think. Let us see. The hornblower... Oh, the hornblower has been constructed. The hornblower has a staff. We can... Well, we can now make a suggestion. We can suggest that Anbu lie down, that Anbu walk, which will, if we make that suggestion to a sleeping Anbu, it will roust on the Anbu. And we can try and accelerate to a run. Ooh, they brought back 11 stone. That's useful. Because, of course, there's not really anything that's useless in this world, as far as that goes. Let's go to this one because I've got the time to get there because Anbu's still snoozy. As long as Anbu wants to sleep, I'm going to let Anbu sleep. We will have a chance. Anbu looks lovely. Oh yeah, Anbu is absolutely adorable. The concept art on this is such a thing, and then the animation for Anbu. Wait till we get around to like feeding Anbu and firing off boulder-sized mushroom balls with a trebuchet. Basically, we're tossing Anbu a Scooby snack. It's a thing. We'll get to it. I don't know if we'll get to it tonight. We've got a while. We'll see where we get to. In the meantime, let us go back to the map. Empty map. We are scavenging. Got no opportunity for additional people, and that anytime in the too near future. That's a shrine. Shrines get us knowledge, and knowledge accelerates our research. We can spend knowledge points to get our research to go forward a bit. Pantry has been constructed. Okay. We got a new pantry. We got one more pantry that we're working on. I need to be thinking about some other things here. Let us come over here, bring this up. And in here, we are currently researching the hut. So we can't start building huts yet. We have water tanks. We have water tanks that are full at this time. That is a good thing. It's a wonderful thing. I am waiting for us to get a sawmill so we can quarry out this stump and put more water tanks into that space. We will want more water tanks. Trust me, there are desert biomes. Farm, kitchen, we're doing fine there. We found resources, we don't have any of the next things yet. Mycologist. This is something we need. This is something we seriously need. The mycologist is going to go up here because the mycologist has to go up here. We're going to make sure there's no Onbu spines and then mark all this for harvest. And then we're going to put a mycologist. And I'm going to put the mycologist. Oh, where to put them so that we maximize field value. There. And dirt road must go up and over. The road must roll. Onbu Doctor. We need to find Onbu Kitchen. Onbu Kitchen is here. Onbu Kitchen is going to go just the other side of the road from there. Okay. Feeding Trebuchet is going to go up by the Hornblower. Yep. At some point, we will want to put a dirt road up this way. Probably should go on and think about that. Let's see. Dirt road would go right through the middle of all of that, and let's just terminate it here by the spine carefully so that we don't hit the spine. Got those done. We don't have the Onbu Doctor in yet. Whoops. Oh, shit. Stop that. There we go. Okay. There's going to be a lot of carrying and building and so forth, and then we're going to have facilities that we don't have people for. Scavenging party is back. Let's go out to map level and let's send the scavenging party. We'll send them here to the forest. Onbu is waking up. Onbu has awakened, and we are back into motion. Onbu walks. Onbu is going to be walking for a while. We are heading to a crossroads. After the crossroads, there is Onbu food here, and then Pink Zone. There is Pink Zone and then Onbu food going this way. Onbu is not terribly hungry, not in a lot of hurt. Going either direction seems valid at this point. I don't see a huge advantage to one over the other, other than the shrine. We do have a quarry there, and I'm almost willing to bet money that there's going to be a shrine over on this side as well. That it really isn't going to matter too terribly much which direction we go, but we will see. We will see. We will see. The hut is researched. Let us zoom down to here. And the decontaminator is is a thing, but I don't want to get to the decontaminator yet. We're going to go to the dung collector. From there, we'll go to the composter, and that will allow us to start making fertilizer and carrying that over to our fields and doing more things with, like, you know, growing crops and stuff. Oh, kitchen really wants another person. I really thought I had a person that I released, and I don't know where they went. A little perplexed as to where that person went. Don't know. In the meantime, we continue on. There's stuff being harvested, there's stuff being carried and gathered and all that sort of thing. Let us move to here. Scavenger team is about to finish. We have a little... oh! It looks like a mine. They returned with 15 wood. Let's see. I'm going to send a party to the shrine and then see if I can get Anbu to turn south. Anbu chooses a path. I'm going to hit the hornblower. Anbu accepted our command. Holy cats. Anbu took our suggestion on the first try. That's a lot of trust being shown here. Let us hope that we are worthy of it, because I don't actually know what's down there other than food, and there was also food here. The biome's going to be the same. The weather's going to change with this, and, you know, it's going to be a thing. I don't know. I'm going to come back here, and I want to put this here and see if we see any sort of indication of that crossroad going by, or if this animation just continues to loop. We're friends now. I certainly hope so. I'm at least working toward living on Anbu's back responsibly. That is one of the big messages of this game. We are in a post-apocalyptic world that is heavily toxic. We're surviving right now because we have found this huge creature to live aboard. But we've got to move past being parasites here. Okay. Still scavenging out of the shrine. Anbu is reaching the crossroads. I don't think we're going to see anything of that here. We normally don't leave this three-quarter view here. Andemonium, it's the big friend. Also, hi, Beekeeper. Hi, everyone. Hi, Andy. Greetings. Good to see you. We are building and processing and doing a number of things now. We have a lot of stuff in progress. We have a mycologist and an Anbu kitchen where we will be able to make Scooby snacks for Anbu. We have under construction a trebuchet so that we can launch said Scooby snacks out to where Anbu can get them. At some point we have to start building the Anbu doctor to be able to make medication so that we can heal Anbu when Anbu runs into a toxic zone and takes damage on our behalf. I'm going to put the Anbu doctor down here by the regular doctor. That seems like a really appropriate place. And we're just going to go on and plop it in, but we're not going to prioritize it. And we're going to just let it work. It's going to be a while before we see that happen. The trebuchet just went into build. And our environment color is changing. Let's flip to here. Our environment color is changing. We are still scavenging. We are still in the same environment, but the color scheme changed a little bit. I'm thinking maybe time of day. And back to the village. Let's zoom this in here because we can actually see some interesting stuff. The animation on this gets all sorts of interesting. I love this sort of, I don't know, paper cutout thing going. And a yay from this person. Feeding trebuchet needs a stand. It's gonna get stuff brought and when the stuff is available. That is... let's see. I love that there's a snack boucher. I too should like to invest in siege weaponry for tasty treat delivery. That's such a good repurposing. Imagine pretzel stick ballista. Ooh. Ballisti are no, I don't think there's a safe way to build one of those or to make one of those safe. Even with a pool noodle, they could be lethal. I don't know. Maybe a trebuchet that launches a giant ball that bursts apart into a shower of small pretzel rods, you know, regular snack size. Those would be maybe irritating, but certainly less lethal. We are heading southbound. We are going to be entering a different biome. It's going to change our climate. There is food for Anbu here. Anbu is right now at 33% hunger, so Anbu is actually doing pretty well. Oh yes, much better. We can hope. We can hope. Going to the shrine is taking a while, and it's a little nerve-wracking because it's such a gamble. These things... We are early in the game, which means we don't have much in the way of trade goods. And if we run into somebody and there's a misunderstanding or conflict or there's just outright hostility and we need to like throw something nice at them to get them to be cool about this, yeah. I really want us to be able to build the quarry so that we can mine out these big chunks here. We can't do that yet, and it's a little annoying. Oh, yeah. Let's go zoom in here. By the way, that is the hornblower. That is how we communicate to Anbu. Anbu can't really communicate to us. The Anbu doesn't... We have to just sort of pay attention to things like Anbu's poison level and hunger and sleepiness. Anbu's going to be very happy to find this. And we're going to zoom to the Anbu level when we get close and watch, because it's... The animation for Anbu itself is almost worth the price of the game. It's such beautiful work. I'm just absolutely thrilled. Oh bugger. I'm sorry, I just spotted something in our path that is going to cause us trouble. We'll talk about it in a minute. Biome shift. You get new background music, and I gotta go change crops. Give it just a second. The scavenging group came back with 1 knowledge. Hooray. Go to the quarry. Zoom over here. And we need to go look at the farms. This farm. Do we have something else? We have cactus, we have corn, we have beets. We don't have anything that's going to do real well in this climate. We need something that, yeah, that's a problem. We need new crops. This place contains some fresh food for Anbu. Yes, it does. We have found Anbu food. Anbu will die in it. We'll get to the quarry result in a second. What a wonderful creature. Oh, yeah. Oh, Anbu has finished the food and is going to move on. Waiting your decision. Quarry turns out to be an Anbu excavation site filled with the petrified bones of a giant. Oh. Ooh. There, dead Anbu is often a sign of spreading spores. I'm going to take the risk of grabbing some stones, but I don't want to scavenge rare resources. I don't know. That's really dangerous. We're probably going to end up with one or both of our people poisoned if we do this. We have a doctor. Let's try it. Let's take the risk. Ah! The resources here are plenty, but some of the bones are overgrown with deadly fungi. We got 15 stone slabs, but both of our workers got poisoned. So, we now have work to do for our doctor, who goes zipping off. There goes our doctor. The doctor has treated one, and there goes the doctor's off to talk to the other. Arrives at the patient. Treated, and we are ready to send out again. Brilliant. It worked. Whew. I was really worried about that. Let's send them to the forest. That is a cold snap. That is an annoying thing. It is not as bad as it could be. We are still early in the game, and the game is being relatively merciful upon us. Let us be thankful for the mercy of the game. Okay, at this point, our big need again is people. The part of the issue here is that we are working in a scale of days. We are only on day 28. It has been one lunar month since we boarded. In that time, in 4 weeks, we have done all of this. So, these are an industrious people. These are hard-working people. There just aren't enough of them. We need to find people. I love how if you zoom in, you can see people carrying berries and herbs and giant beets and all sorts of fun stuff going back and forth. The animation on this is just really, I think, amazingly well done. The studio has done a remarkable job just on the art assets. It's utterly charming, I think. In my opinion, get your own. How is Anbu doing? Anbu is handling okay. The temperature is cold. Humidity is normal. Toxicity is non-existent here. Let us be grateful for that. That is another thing. And we have... They're back there. We're going to be sending them off to these various mines and quarries. We're going to be picking up a lot of stone for the look of it. We also need to come up with new crops. Really deeply concerned about that, and I think when the dung collector finishes, if we don't look into a new crop, I'm going to research. Let's go to the village level. It wants to look at the sawmill. I want to look at the research tree. I want to know about wheat. So we're going to research wheat harvesting. I want to think about our crops here. Give some thought to that. What's going on here? Hearing some interesting sound. Let us just move or check things. The dung collector, the Anbu doctor has been reconstructed. We don't have the people for it, but... Okay, scavenging is about to complete, and those folks are going to be running to catch up. There are other features of the game that have not yet unlocked. I should warn you. Oh, they brought back 11 wood. Good. Send a party to the quarry. I'm just hoping. See, we have an Anbu doctor here, and this Anbu doctor can go cure Anbu of poison or administer healing, basically whacking huge healing potions. But we need 2 people to be able to do this, and we are just flatly out of people. They do have 11 medicinal herbs that have been delivered, and we'll continue to get more herbs because we have an herbalist who is continuing to plant and harvest. They will continue working on this, but there's only 1 person there out of a possible 3. Working on a scale of days, you know, you're not going to get children. It's not going to happen. You'd have to, you know, even if you played through 300 days, okay, maybe you have a baby now. 14 stone. Let's hit that one. We have another crossroads coming up and what looks like desert going that way. We have cactus. Don't think we have corn. We'll need to get to work on that. This cold snap approaching, yeah, there it is. Cold weather might affect the growth of your crops. There's no question it's going to affect the growth of our crops. Oh look, we've run into a pink snowstorm. Yeah, we have some gusts of snow blowing over. This is definitely going to interfere with crop growth and so forth. We're going to be... But it is a very short thing that is happening, and we're just going to we'll just get through it. Yes, it's freezing, we know. This is life. Anbu. Ooh, Anbu is up to 50% sleepiness and is going to be looking for a place for a bit of a lie down in the near future. Mycologist is still under construction. We just had some stone delivered. Oh, stone, 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 stone. I need to mark some stone, don't I? Let us mark that stone. And look down here, and we'll mark that, and we'll mark that. And we'll grab the tool and drag across those. I need to be careful about using the harvest tool. It can get a little overly excited sometimes. Yeah, I really don't want to accidentally hit an Anbu spine. We've earned some early trust, and I don't want to screw that up. Huh. The road is starting to be constructed, which is good because the villagers will travel much faster on the dirt road heading out to the Hornblower and the Trebuchet. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Lot of stuff still marked for harvest and so forth. We have 4 carriers, which we really do need. We've got veg has to be carried from the farm, which is a lot of empty plots at the moment, but that's okay because we have lots of food stashed away in all. We have almost 4 pantries full of beets here, worth of beets. 50, and each one will hold 50, and we're just about full on the 4th one. So we're producing plenty in the way of food. It's just boring. Scavenging brought back 13 stone. Go here to the mine. That is definitely desert. That looks like that's an oasis, which is a good thing. It's a wonderful thing to find. Send a scavenging party to an oasis and they can bring back water. Yeah. Water tower. Water tank. Water tank is gonna go. I need to go here and here, but I gotta get rid of that. Means I need a sawmill. It's the dung collector. Dung collector goes down this way. Dung collector goes down here. Let us just plunk the dung collector into the existing empty space right here. Ploppo. Perhaps not the best alliterative sound effect, onomatopoeic sound effect. Not the best onomatopoeia I could have chosen there. Arbiter Stonecutter. Okay, we don't have the thing yet. We don't have the thing yet. We don't have the thing yet. We got all that. We got all that. Let's zoom back this way. And scavenging party returned. They brought back iron ore. Brilliant. We have a variety of things, and we have desert either direction. There's a cold snap that way. I want to go this direction. And that's a safe sleeping spot. Southeast. Anbu doesn't trust our command. Damn it. We have 3 minutes for cooldown, and we'll wait and see if we can suggest again, because if right now Anbu is much more likely to go this way and miss the good sleepy spot. We want Anbu to go to the sleepy spot. But it's going to be another 2.5 minutes. We're just going to have to hope that we can try again on the suggestion. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Well, there's really not anything else that I can do for the moment. The mycologist has been constructed, but I don't have the people to run it. If we go this direction, oh, ouch, there's also a very nasty spot right there that we're going to have to try to get Anbu to run through. That would be difficult. Going this way may actually be easier. And we may or may not get through the cooldown in time to be able to influence the decision. If Anbu does not trust our command and goes northeast instead of the direction we suggested, that might actually be for the better. That is a heat wave. Okay, that is not a dangerous heat wave. That's not going to create burning sands that we have to ask Anbu to run across, but it still might not be good. We have 1 minute left in the cooldown, and Anbu is going to be hitting this crossroads any second now. The question being, do I, at this point, even want to try and influence Anbu to go a particular direction, or do I want to just wait and see what happens? Because right now, Anbu is going to choose the path. We have 30 seconds cooldown left, and I don't know if we're going to be able to make a suggestion in time. And I'd kind of like to go northeast at this point. This decision lies in your past. Oh, Anbu did in fact go northeast. Okay, we are going to endure a cold snap, but then we have an oasis there, and we have things happening. We're missing the snoozy spot. Anbu's going to end up sleeping either in the cold snap, hopefully not in the cold snap. Oh, good grief, that would be bad. That would be terrible. Anbu has yawned. Anbu has yawned. Anbu is going to be sacking out any moment. I think Anbu is going to decide to sack out before we hit the cold snap. Yeah, I'm seeing a flashing red alert there on the sleepy. Come on, Anbu. Sack up before we hit that. Really would like you to. Oh, that's it. Anbu's done. And Anbu drifts off to sleep. Okay, we have not seen any nomads in quite some time. I don't think I've seen I have not seen any nomads at all this session. Also been a little while since we've seen a settlement or a ruined settlement. We did not get to go to any of those that we passed earlier. We did not have the scavenger hut at the time. It's unfortunate. Huh. At this point, we'll wait for that to finish and then hit the shrine and then the oasis, I'm thinking. Village, we have get some people idle, but that's kind of going to be happening off and on. Have nobody unemployed. Have lots of places with help wanted signs up. That's what that flag means. Help wanted. They do not have any staff at all at this point. The mycologist has no staff at all and wants at least 2. I'm going to cut them down to 1. Not that they're going to be able to get that. Scavenging party has returned. Let's send them out to the next place. Send party. Send them out to the shrine. It'll take them a little while on that one. And we have finished wheat harvesting. Let's go on and do the sawmill. Really wanting us to do it. And I really want to do it, but I wanted to get wheat available because right now we're doing beet, and wheat not going to be really any better. Let's hold off on converting. Yeah, they're both doing it. The smaller farm, I'm going to go on and convert to wheat and see how it does. If nothing else, it will give us some variety, and it will give us some stockpile toward building a mill and then building a bakery. And once we have a bakery, we will have bread. And that will improve the food quality so much. Food quality is important. Food quality will at some point start influencing whether or not people want to join us. Hey, here's a fun one. Did you know that farms in the Victorian era generally made their own hard cider and served it to the workers at harvest? The quality of your farm's hard cider determined how many people you got when you put up a sign saying, "Hey, I need harvest workers." Quality of food is important. Having people to invite is also important, and right now that is our big problem. We're not even finding people. Oh, it's been a while since we've seen any sign of human habitation other than this shrine we're currently poking into. Okay, we need to give... no, I'm not going to do that. Really not going to disable the village doctor. I'll never get the person back. So that's just going to hang out there. Any horn command. Well, so far, the commands we can give are lie down, walk, and run. Oh, excuse me. I don't want to use the walk command right now. Anbu is still sleepy. And we are in an area where Anbu can sleep without putting either Anbu or us in peril. There will come a point where we will be going through a toxic zone. And Anbu will reach a point of exhaustion and lie down. And we will have to simply deal with the fact that Anbu and the village are all being poisoned until, and we will need to watch the sleep meter and wake Anbu as soon as Anbu is rested enough to move on for a few. I mean, I've had to cross that sort of biome in fits and starts, and it is painful. Alright, we brought back one knowledge. Let's go on and hit the quarry. And then we will hit the oasis. Anbu is going to be asleep for a while. Anbu's 47% and slowly dropping. Hunger is at 19%. We are going to have to find Anbu food at some point, or make it. That requires people. Where are they? People. A release of people. I'm going to end up with. I want to cut that back to 1 because I can't get the person. There's no way I can get the person. If I release a people, they may go to the mycologist. They may go to the feeding trebuchet. They might go to the Anbu doctor. Anbu kitchen is... Yeah, they're still removing the plants and so forth. This tree still has to be cut. Okay, brought back 13 stone. Let's send them... Well, let's hold off on that. Let's send them over here for right now. Let's wait until we actually hit the desert and then send them there. And we'll also want to send somebody to the dune, which will bring back sand that we can make glass from. We will at some point have a glass maker. It's going to be a little while. At some point I'm going to have to cut a spine or two, and that's going to upset Anbu, and I really want to be able to take care of that before we have to give Anbu any sort of trimming here. But we're going to need the space. Have to be able to go up into this area, and that means removing at least this spine and doesn't maybe this one. I just don't want to do it right off. Okay, they're scavenging over there. What are we doing? We are down to 31%. I don't remember the percentage at which Anbu wakes up. It's not 0. I don't think it has to go all the way down to 0. It's not a cold biome. That short cold snap ahead of us is going to mess with our farm. We had asked the one farm to convert over to wheat. I don't know if it's actually... No, that's got wheat. It's actually starting to happen. You know, we got wheat growing in some of the patches. Okay, cool. 50%. Our scavenging party is going to be back momentarily. Scavenging party comes back with a 7 iron ore. We're going to have a fair amount of iron ore once the foundry is built. Let's go to the mine. Bit of a long trip, but I really don't want to hit that oasis until we're in the desert and actually starting to deplete our water a bit. You know? Well, that reminds me. Okay, we don't have the composter yet. That's fine. That's fine. We're still researching the sawmill. Hup, hup. Did I hear something? Andre's going to be waking up momentarily. We're down to 15% on the sleepiness. Let's just stick with Anbu for a few minutes here. We are rolling up on 10 o'clock, and I will be wrapping shortly. Time does fly when you're spending it in the company of such an amazing kaiju. They thought to add a snore. Anbu, CP Cozy, yep. We're gonna wait for Anbu to wake up and report that we do have. I kind of want to see the animation on it. Scavenging there. Gonna be scavenging for a while. Anbu's gonna be waking up momentarily. But just the fact that the studio recorded a sound and put it in for the snoring. It sounds like bass boosted purring. It's very good. There's that sort of a rumble to it. There's that sort of a rumble to it. We are still scavenging out there. We're still rolling here. We have... Well, until we get more people, there are some things we're just not going to accomplish. We cannot get the mycologist going to grow the mushrooms to send to the Anbu kitchen, which needs people to turn them into Scooby snacks to send to the feeding trebuchet, which needs a crew to launch them. So until we find more people, we are just kind of hosed on making any of the progress. I wonder if Dan Floyd knows about this game yet. I'd love to listen to him just break down Onbu's animation for 15 minutes. That's a really good question, and I don't have an answer to it at all. We are rolling into day 35. We have traveled a total of 230 kilometers thus far since boarding Onbu. Onbu's heart is beating at 2.7 beats per minute. That will come in important later on when we do things like, like getting on the horn and screaming run. We are still in the cold snap here. Annoying as all get out. And then there's the fact that we're going to have to switch this over to cactus and stuff in just a few moments, because Onbu is going to be leaving the cold biome and heading into the desert. Pardon me, zooming in and out for a little bit there. Just about to cross over, and we've got this scavenge thing that I need to click off. Okay, they brought back the ore. Let's send them to the dune. Go back to Onbu, and let's look at the environment here as we exit this polar biome, this cold biome we've been in. It's currently freezing. And in a few moments, we should be walking into desert. I have to admit, I'm absolutely smitten just with the base concept of this game, that you are surviving the apocalypse by living aboard a kaiju that you are developing a symbiotic relationship with. It's just such an amazing thing. And look at the scenery changing as we cross the border and the color values shifting. Onbu has entered a desert, a biome with a very hot, dry climate where air wells won't be able to produce water and beets won't grow at all. Cacti grow well here and can serve as an alternative source of water. Research and select them for plantation at one of your farms. We're about to take care of that. Let's zip over to here. And Big Farm here is going to flip to cactus. There we go. Little Farm here is going to try to grow wheat, which is going to be a little difficult. We need to research the corn plantation. Now that you have secured a steady supply of water in the desert, you should also plant crops that grow in this hot climate. Research and select corn for plantation at another one of your farms. We will get to corn in just a few minutes. We have a sawmill already. But we have wheat going, and it'll have to do. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Onbu has entered a desert biome. Very weird places, this is a strange world, and the terrain has changed, and all sorts of things are happening, and we have oases. Climate is now hot and arid, and our water tanks are going to be got into. Our productivity on the air wells is dropping. They brought back 33 sand, which can be made into glass. let us send a party to the oasis. Okay, we have crossed into another biome. The beets that we see in the field will be slowly replaced with cactus. Down here, the beets are being replaced with wheat, as we can see, so we're at least getting some sort of something, even if it's a little too warm for it. Once we get through the sawmill, we will move on to researching corn and growing corn. It's a really good storytelling and gameplay metaphor. Yeah, it really is. I'm quite taken with the whole design of this piece. They brought back 32 water. Let us send them off again. And, well, we'll send them to that oasis because that's what's available, and then there's a dune. Okay. Folks, it has been spectacular. I would like to thank the members of the truck community who have shown up tonight to support my stream and keep me company. I really appreciate all of you. For the record, the truck community streamers can be found at this URL. The schedule is updated weekly by our own Andy Monium, who's been commenting above, and there's something going on every night of the week. There are other things going on here. Let me zoom over here where we watch this. If you would like to find the VODs of my previous streams. Oh wow, look at this. Just, wow. That's amazing. VODs of my previous streams are available at that URL. I am also a published writer, and currently working on a... Oh, we got the Anbu kitchen constructed. Currently writing a serial fiction piece called Bread Spotting that's historical fiction. It's not fantasy. It takes place in 1856 London, and it's about the power of community organizing. You can find it there at the Patreon URL. And yeah, we all matter. Various scales of existence. There is no one who is not important. This is a lesson of this game. Everyone is critically important to the survival of the community. We cannot afford to lose a single pair of hands. This game is not concerned with skin color or gender orientation or any of that. It is concerned with getting stuff done and surviving in a responsible manner. And there's a lesson there. Folks, it has been real, but it is also that time. We are going to save out to the main menu. Even the music on this, it's such a well-constructed piece. Thank you for being with me to share this game, and we will be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And we will continue our voyage with Anbu through the desert and see where else we may go. There's still so much more to do. We have yet to feed Anbu the first Scooby snack, and that's something I definitely want to get into the stream. So we'll be working toward that. Until then, safe journeys, space fans.